A rare look inside 6 decades of music history with a man who's worked with a who's who in the industry. We're talking the biggest names: Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, Linda Ronstadt, there she is, Brian Wilson, Chris Christopherson, Crosby and Nash, Willie Nelson, even Johnny Mathis. Shall I go on? I'll let you go on. Well, now he is pulling back the curtain in his new book. It's called Unplugged. It's out now, and he has a book signing tomorrow. It's Thursday at Book Soup in West Hollywood, and we are lucky enough to have him in studio. He's plugged in here to talk about Unplugged. Mr. Fred Mollin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's a treat.
You brought the book.
I did.
I'm really glad you did, and I'm honored. Your list of who you've worked for really is a who's who. What do you want people to get out of your book as it relates to the music industry?
Well, I mean, it's really a behind-the-scenes memoir because so much of what I do as a record producer and a film and TV composer is really, something that people don't see. So you have to sort of go inside the studio door, so to speak.
Sure.
So there's a lot of stories that need to be told, and I think it has. I think anybody who is interested in a creative life and the people that I've worked with, I think would find it interesting.
I mean, again, we're seeing the who's who here with Linda Ronstadt, Chris Christopherson. Michael McDonald also you worked with, who, yes, by the way, I saw him in concert. Billy Joel, right, as well. I've seen him in concert. Now I'm talking about myself. But what makes you so successful at what you do?
I don't know. I've been a musical person all my life, and I've had this, and I'm still having this delightful life in music, both in my arranging and producing records for other artists, and also my years of television and film score. But I'm just very fortunate. I started early. I quit school when I was 16 because I couldn't wait to start.
You're so humble. I love it. We just saw a picture of you and Willie Nelson. You have a pretty good behind-the-scenes story to tell us?
Yeah.
What you tell in Unplugged.
I do. I'll make it quick. One of the things I'm well known for is producing duets with very, very big artists, and it's a treat always to work with these people. I was doing a Jimmy Webb album about 10 years ago, and Jimmy's one of America's greatest songwriters, and we did an album in Nashville and came to a song called If You See Me Getting Smaller, and Jimmy said, "Freddie, we need to find a duet partner for this song." And we talked about it, and he said, "What about Willie?" And I said, "Oh, that would be amazing." He knew Willie, so he called him.
At this point, had you known Willie?
No, I was just a fan.
I call him Willie.
Yeah, and well, there's only one Willie. So,
yeah,
he said he'd love to do it, and he said when he came into Nashville in about a month, he'd come to the studio and he would overdub his duet part, and I would produce that. So a month came by, and I was standing outside the studio waiting for the bus to come in and drop Willie off for the session. And literally, when the bus door opened, it was like a Cheech and Chong movie.
Oh.
Because
up in smoke.
The ganja just wafted out of the thing, and he walked up to me, and I introduced myself, and he didn't even say anything more than he said, "Where's the mic?" Oh. And I was like, and I took a second. And I said, "Well, right through this door," and I took him into the studio, placed the microphone in front of him, went in the control room with my engineer, and Willie said, "I've done my homework on the bus." Said, "So why don't you just roll tape, and I'll do 2 or 3 passes, and you can pick the best parts." And so I said, "That's great." And he sang wonderfully this beautiful verse and a few harmonies on the chorus. And after the 3rd pass, he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I think it's fantastic." And he said, "Gotta go." So it was 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
It was the shortest duet I've ever produced.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess when you're Willie, you don't need many
But
things.
it was just perfect, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can envision.
Yeah.
Without Cheech and Chong, I can just see the smoke.
It was pretty
from
funny.
The bus. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, so more of those stories in Unplugged, and just to really hammer home this idea that you've done everything. You also do Disney lullabies, and this is important to me because I have a baby girl at home right now who's struggling, going through a sleep regression. She's going to be 8 months on Sunday. So talk to me about your Disney lullabies.
Well, in 1998, Jay Landers at Walt Disney Records called me and said, "Would you want to do an instrumental album of Disney music done in a very, very sort of, meditative style, strings and piano, that kind of thing, to help a child go to sleep. And all these years later, there's like 270 million streams so far on that, and we've gone gold and platinum, and it helps. It's going to help your kid.
Sloan. It's going to help Sloan.
It's going to help Sloan. My daughter uses it on both of her children.
Oh my gosh, the Princess Lullaby album. I'm going to get it right now. As soon as I get off the air.
I had these.
That's amazing.
I have a lot of different lives.
That's really incredible. Well, thank you. You span generations. We appreciate you being here. Again, the book is Unplugged. It's out now. You can buy it now at Fred Mollin. Unplugged.com. And if you want to hear more of Fred's stories, catch him tomorrow night at Book Soup in West Hollywood. That's from 7 to 8. Really a pleasure.
Oh, it's great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too. And safe travels back to Nashville. All right, still ahead.